Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of the Indie Credible Podcast. One of your hosts, Xander Scully, and joined with me is Mr. Jeffrey Windhagen. What's up, Jeff?
I'm here. And it's a wild time out here. Finally graduated at the Star Major again.
Oh yeah, I'm
You
playing.
almost said indeed, indeed.
Indeed, I did because while you're saying this, I'm playing the graduation music right now. Just
Yeah,
imagine that
but
I'm playing it right now.
yeah, but it doesn't do Macho Man Randy Savage when you graduate a military. It's a full military renders, and it was available online, so a lot of people watched it from home. Family couldn't come out, but I ended up winning a paper award for the mad scientist, and apparently in the proclamation it says I get to be referred to as a mad scientist for in perpetuity or some ridiculous. But you have to write something for technological change within the Department of Defense. So I wrote a paper on the need to create a cyber force.
Cool.
And I won. I got a perfect score, apparently, all the things. But what I didn't know, Xander, was that the Sergeant Major of the Army was going to present it to me. And that happened
Wow.
yesterday. So freaking wild. One of one type deal, type crap happens. And I'm like, my wife didn't say it, but I'm like, yep, now they're never going to let me retire.
Gonna keep the
Like
mad scientist a
crazy.
little longer. Jeez.
Keep me, keep me going. Maybe they'll send me out to DC area to go do some work on some stuff. It'd be fun. But on the game side, of course, I've been working on things because prepping for the move, right? I have actually been getting things ready for me to paint, like doing extra stuff. So I posted this in my Switch 2 picture online. Nobody really noticed, but I posted this guy. Do you know where he's from?
Oh, that's from Ghouls and Ghosts.
Ghosts and Goblins, but yes,
Yeah,
NES Ghosts
yeah.
and Goblins. He's the final boss. See, but yeah, I got him ready. I had to do something interesting. In order to keep his little antlers together, I had to do a border. So this is the first time I did like a little border around it.
Oh, that's cool.
A little thin border. Because if I didn't, right here, these little dots would have fallen off because they're like a dot that's just attached to the edge.
Yeah.
But I think that the border looks kind of cool. I'll see once I actually paint it. I've already prepped it for painting because you got to apply a layer of stuff. Another thing I got ready was, and I got a bunch of these, but I'm only gonna show off a couple. I got this that I'm working on. Big ass canvas. Do you know what this is
Whoa.
from, Xander? Because this is an obscure one. The
It
game is not obscure, but this is obscure as shit.
it looks familiar.
Yeah,
Like,
I mean, it's a Nintendo one. It's a Nintendo game because it's a Nintendo. So this is one of the major bosses in Crystallis on the NES.
oh,
And so,
okay.
but look at how big this thing is. This thing is huge. This is a
Yeah.
giant This is a giant canvas art. So this is prepped and ready to paint as well. So when I pack up my house, I'm chilling. I'm gonna have some paint and I will start working on stuff. The ones that I finished that I showed you, now you get to see them in person, is I did the PC engine.
Yeah, I really like that one.
Yeah, nice and clean. And then the one that I feel like is more fun, TurboGrafx 16. And these aren't printed. These are hand. I painted this shit by hand. Like
Yeah,
this is like
I was about to say, I don't know if the camera does it like justice. Like, 'cause I remember you showed me a picture, but it's cool how you can like kind of vaguely see the wood grain. Like
yeah,
it's not like perfectly orange, like perfect print. It's got like the hand, paint to it, so it feels more
yeah.
organic. I like that.
Well, and the thing is that like I will take some of this art with me to conventions. These are for my collection. I'm gonna put these above where the games are displayed in my collection. I literally make this stuff for me. So,
Yeah.
these ones are gonna be fun, but they're fun to do. So if I ended up putting them up or bring some to conventions and they sell, I'll make another one for myself.
Yeah.
They're just really, it's therapeutic for me to not be on a computer working on things and just like doing tactile hand painting. And so these are the first like non-pixels that I worked on too. Usually it's just pixelated stuff. But
Mm.
I am working on a complete TurboGrafx 16 and PC Engine book. So PC Engine, obviously the Japanese TurboGrafx 16. So that's the new hotness that I'm working on. I have to still do a Sega, a Nintendo, like I'll do some others, but right now my X tool etcher that I use to do the templating that isn't packed up is packed up. So and as I get better,
Good.
it's gonna be even easier. But
Speak.
that is as I get prepped for my move, all I'm gonna have time to do, Xander, is probably besides for some Switch 2, which there's a playcast out there with their voices on the Switch Mania playcast. I have time to play indie games, Xander.
Oh yeah, we got a ton of indie games to talk about this episode. We have some that we're going back to that we were mentioning in the last episode. We're like, oh, because we not get too far, but we've changed the format a little bit with our on the horizon, and we've started to include more like budget games as well. We got the new and noteworthy, and then we got the budget. And I went down a little rabbit hole on the budget side in the last episode. I started playing that little flat like Vlad Dracula Dungeons of what was it? Dungeons of started with like the E. Trying to remember the name
Yeah,
of it.
I'm reading it in the show notes, and I want to hear you pronounce it.
It's like Ergragius or Eragius or something like that.
If I
Great.
would take a stab at it, it would be Vlad Voievod Dracula, Dungeons of Egrigoz.
Yeah.
That's
Well,
that's if I'm just trying to phonetically say it slowly.
it's a tongue twister. Uh
Hmm.
but it's a fun game. Now this was one of the budget games, and I got it for like $2, and it's a micro game. I think this was almost like a little extra little project that they were doing for the bigger game, which is more like full color. This one's more like Game Boy inspired, stage based Castlevania. I
The
think they're
Is the full colored one called the same name but Dungeons of Adrene?
yeah, and that one looks more like a 16-bit style hack and slash Castlevania, where this looks more like Game Boy with the green aesthetic and very limited hardware. What I do like is every time you like hit a dude, like he instantly becomes impaled. Like that's the
Oh,
dying animation. Like so, you're going through the dungeons and you're jumping on a cliff. You hit like this guy that's got like one of those curly little swords. You hit him and boom, he's impaled. And then you have to dodge bats and
Vlad the
spiders and
Impaler, man.
yeah, it's
That's
fun. It is difficult. And one of the things that pissed me off about the game wasn't the mechanics, it wasn't the graphics, it was the game over music. Because the game over music is the most it it pissed me off. Because the music's really, really good. It sounds like a good Game Boy game. But when you get to the game over, it goes like really tingy and goes nee, 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 nee. It
it's a
seriously,
teasing. It's a teasing sound. Like
yeah.
neener neener
Like,
neener.
yeah. I'm like, no shit. So
You mother effer.
and when you die, you have to start all the way back at the very beginning of the stage. I mean, there's no checkpoints, but
No
it's
wonder
a
why they're
good
making
game.
funny.
Yeah, it's a good game though. I mean, like it's funny because while we're recording this, there was the Summer Game Fest and it happened, and they were showing off Bloodstain Ritual of the Night 2. They were showing that off.
All of
And
the night too.
yeah. And it looks a lot of fun. And then, just it just makes you think of Castlevania going back to Vlad. Because I'm like, as much as I want Konami to make another Castlevania, I feel like we just have so many good Castlevania inspired games that I think I could go well without having another Castlevania
Well,
at this point.
if you think about it, even the Curse of the Moon and Curse of the Moon 2 give you the you know, pixelated versions of a
Yeah.
Castlevania, and they're great. They're great games. Both of them are awesome. And so, and then Ritual of the Night is, got the Symphony of the Night type deal. So it's the fact that they're doing part two. That's awesome. I played the shit out of the first one, first
Yeah.
Bloodstained. I remember I have the version with the little slipcase because I backed it on Kickstarter with a million other people.
Oh yeah, that was so long ago. But
Huge.
yeah,
That was so cool.
yeah, the sequel looks fun. It looks like it's actually a two-player co-op as well. So it's going to have that Portrait of Ruin kind of feel to it, and that's one of
We
my
need to
favorite.
start doing online netcode or something. We got to
Yeah,
figure it
dude,
out.
we gotta figure
Once
that
I'm
out.
out
That'd be
in
fun.
Colorado, we got to figure out online games that we can play for Indie Credible too. So we'll be, all right, we're
Yeah.
gonna play this on your stream. Get my grumpy ass in there, and we'll play neener games.
Well, yeah, and the thing is too, we could always do it like a live show. Always do a live show, have the audience interact with us while we see some of these
On
games
your
on the
stream.
horizon and stuff like that. It'd be a lot of fun.
Yeah, we'll do it on your stream or something. That'd be
Oh
cool.
yeah.
Yeah, that'd be fun. And like I want to play some of these indie games like two player, like if we can.
Hmm.
Like it has to be compatible and I am that type of all thumbs old man where I haven't figured out or do any online gaming. So
Yeah.
you're gonna have to bring me along for that. Like I have this that could probably play with you on any type of streaming device, and then I got a Steam Deck and I have a PC, so I
Yeah.
can do
Oh
any
yeah,
of
we'd be
those three
covered.
things.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah. The cool
Yeah.
thing
So
now is you got cross-play now. So I mean, even if it was the game I have on, there's games I might have on the Switch that we can play cross Switch, Steam, vice versa.
no. And I got
So yeah.
Switches for days, so all good.
I know you got the new one. You got the new Switch too.
I do have a Switch too. Actually you can look at Xander. Look at there he is. But yeah, I got the Switch too. We have a whole episode on that shenanigans. But I want to play some indie like two player and um speaking of indie, I did play the randomizer from last episode.
Hmm.
And all I wrote down was it was okay.
It's
And
okay.
so it was Xenogunner was the game. I didn't do a whole lot of research on Xenogunner. And if you look at the screenshots and everything, it's a $15 game online on Steam. It looks like it would be something that'd be cool shit, like a Mega Man style game. I just
Yeah.
remember playing it and it seemed like it was super basic. Like it didn't have a whole lot of substance to it. I don't know.
Mm.
Like it just didn't draw me in. And it was so memorable that between that and then going through Switch 2 stuff and all that, like I kind of like lost focus on it. Like
Well, I
I
mean,
don't remember a lot about it. And it's only been a week, man. Like
I'm looking at the screenshots. I mean, I haven't played it, but I'm looking at screenshots, and it's like it just to me it just looked like a game, like a Mega Man like game, like a it doesn't nothing really sticks out that makes me like, oh man, that's really really cool. Because even the main character, like, doesn't have like a cool scarf or anything. It's just a character.
and
It's
I know that
Mega
the
Man.
shooting felt weird because I think you got to like aim
Mm,
with your stick to do the shooting and it wasn't super accurate and enemy
mm.
it just wasn't quite tuned enough for me to just be drawn in to the point where I
Yeah,
need to beat this soccer before I move on with my life. Like it did not do that to me. And then I
and
moved on to another thing.
yeah, and then again, it might just be us because we play so many of these kind of games that there might be a lot that kind of, I don't know how you are, Jeff, but there's some games that have to kind of win me over a little bit because I've played so many Mega Man
Yeah.
like games. So, I mean, hey, we got the Steam Summer Sale coming around very, very soon. If this game drops and it looks like something you might want to play, play it yourself, for the listeners. You might enjoy
Oh,
it.
exactly. Exactly. And I'm going to look on my deck, obviously, since we got and that was the only game that I played on my deck. Oh, wait, no, I played one other game. But, oh, there's more popping up as I'm sitting there. But Xenogunner was the last one that I played. There was another one that I had jumped into. I didn't put it in the notes, but I'll give it a quick since I mentioned that I played another game. It was called Ninja Ming, Ming, Ninja Ming.
Oh,
And
yeah.
it was a fun little cute game. It was cool. Like it was something that popped up. It may have even popped up before the last recording that we did, but I played it and it was pretty dope. Again, not a lot of substance to it, but it's a one more time you die a lot. But
Yeah.
it was pretty fun, pretty good. Xenogunner on the other side just did not pull me in, man. As just it just wasn't there. Not so it anytime we talk about this for the listeners, like if you feel like there's some comment, I got a few people comment or they'll shoot us a message on Facebook or Discord and reference something. And keep in mind, we record like 2 episodes ahead. So like when you
Yeah.
reference like, hey, what game did the developer say? I'm like, when was that? I had to like kind of ask. Ended up being the one that we just posted the episode for today that we're gonna post, which is like 2 episodes ago. But the newest
Mhm.
episode for 33, I think we're recording 35. Like that one, it was the first game, and so that we
Yeah.
talked about. But like it was like that developed Gemma Furious or whatever, and I was oh it's that game. But luckily we're not getting like tons and tons of games, so it wasn't that hard. But
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
play a lot. I play a lot of shit every week, and it's wild. But yeah, but those games are cool, but nothing that drew me in. I mean, I really haven't had a
Yeah.
whole lot of time to play much. I got to experiment around with the Switch 2 a little, but again, didn't get to dig deep into much of anything. I did mention something though that in the notes that we need to definitely talk about.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Well, before we get into that, I did want to
You
mention
had
one
another
more.
game. You had another
I
game.
had another game, and also as time of recording this, it's going to be over, but I'm going to talk about it anyway in case I don't do it. What I want to do is this summer, when I was mentioning the summer Steam sale, is doing like a live stream summer shopping spree. That's what I
Oh,
want to do.
that'd be dope.
That's what I want to
That'd
do.
be
Like,
dope.
like what I plan on doing is like putting like $70 aside because that's like the price of like a brand new fully retail video game, and use the $70 and see how much I can spend on games. And I'm really thinking hard about this because I don't want to just go down the rabbit hole of my wish list. I want to go through some of the games on my wish list, but also I want to get live recommendations from the viewers. Watch the
Yeah.
trailer because when we were on the Steam store, we watched the trailer and I'm like, oh yeah, I might check this out. Boom, buy it. Boom, there's a play right there. I can do a live stream of the game that was
And I'll
suggested
say it
from the
every
viewers.
time. Let me know when you're straight. You never do.
Yeah,
Because I'll 100% come on if I'm like not like out.
yeah,
I'm 2 hours behind Xander for the listeners. So like when he's
mhm,
recording, I might still be dinner or doing something else. But if
yeah,
I'm sitting around, I'll jump on and I'll talk shit to Xander while he's trying to do stuff.
yeah. I
Yeah.
just want
No,
to.
I mean I always want to go on there to support anyways, but I mean we got to coordinate shit anyways to do the Let's Plays, the 2 player games. So.
Yeah. But yeah, I
But
wanted to mention that real quick. But
I
the
I
other
think doing the
games,
the Steam Summer Sale is going to be fun as shit.
yeah.
I'm excited for it, and we're just like in this episode. There was a shit ton of games, and that rabbit hole started with the listeners. So you're to blame, listeners. Why
Yeah.
this episode is going to be long for the budget section, but you did have one more game, and I'm interested to hear about this one because it's been in my backlog because I own it. It's been in my backlog to play, and I haven't.
Yeah, it was the Itorah. That was one of the budget games from the last episode. It's a Metroidvania through and through. I'll say that first and foremost. Story, I can't really remember too much, which is
No.
probably not a good thing. But the story is like, you're this girl and yeah, I ended up in this like spider cave and like this guy was covered in spider webs and he's like, "Oh, you got to help me" because I was in the air and I got out and helped him find out he's just a giant sword. So he had this giant sword that talks to you and you're
Hmm.
trying to make your way out of the where I'm at right now is trying to make my way out of the like spider cave, trying to get back to the surface or whatever. But the controls feel very, very solid and the game's beautiful. So I'm really enjoying it. Now, keep in mind, I'm only like maybe about 2 or 3 hours into it. So I'm really enjoying it. I'm just like wondering where that spot's going to be where I'm like, I don't like this game. Like, what's going on? Like, this is almost like too good to be true because I only spent like $2 on this game. So I'm like, where's the catch? Where's the catch on this? But so far, I'm enjoying it.
Had it for a long time, and I got it before it was on sale, and it's been in my backlog because Metroidvania Chronicles like doing the books, and so the spider thing makes brings me back. I did play through the beginning portions, but not. a couple hours in. So I'm hoping that it draws you in and you keep playing it because that's cool.
Yeah,
I'm excited.
I've been really enjoying. I would say the graphic style is like the way the coloring and everything is like on par with like Monster Boy, which I think is a beautiful game. Like I loved
Yeah.
Monster Boy. So yeah, yeah, I cannot recommend it enough. I mean, like I'd say it's a $15 game through and through. I'm glad I got it for $2.
Yeah. And the thing is that when we're doing the budget stuff too, it's like not even $2. It has to be under $2, so $1.99 or less. And if it's $2 or $1.99, it has to be like a massive discount. Like if it's $1 off, like I'm typically not going to put it in the list because there'd be too many.
Yeah.
I have hundreds of $2 games that are in my wish list. It's more like, all right, this one is normally a $20 game or something like that, and it's $2. Okay, that one will get added to the list. And that's what makes it fun now is like, what's going to pop up? Because Steam is known for its sales. And I'm
Yep.
worried for this freaking summer sale because every time I end up getting way too many games and adding to the list. And then we're gonna have to do a mid-year freaking let's regret our life choices and go back on that app and it'll tell you how
Oh
many.
my God. I would love, I cannot wait. I mean, I say I can't wait, but I know it's going to be disappointing. Having the mini PC now, like, because it's opened up so many
Oh,
doors.
dude.
I've been playing Steam a lot more now since I got that mini PC I mentioned a couple
Nice.
episodes ago. So yeah, that summer sale, like, this is going to be my first, like, actual Steam summer sale. Like, that I'm about, oh yeah, I'm getting into this. This is going to be good stuff.
Dude. This is such a weird time too because Steam has really opened up. The deck is awesome to where Deck 2 is probably going to be announced soon.
Yeah.
Like you, who didn't upgrade to the Switch OLED, I didn't upgrade to the Steam OLED. So when Switch Steam Deck 2 comes out, I am interested to see where it goes. It's the same thing with the Lenovo Legion Go. They did a sequel to it. I'm probably not going to upgrade, but because that's my mini PC, and by mini PC, it plays the biggest things ever, and it's
And
crazy.
And we also have the announcement of the ROG Xbox Ally.
Oh yeah, I heard of that. I am not interested in the Rogue Allies.
Yeah,
And this Odin that I'm using to see our show notes right now plays Xbox Game Pass perfectly. I can play
yeah.
Doom on it. And the Doom that I have Doom Dark Ages. I cannot play Doom Dark Ages on Game Pass, like downloaded on my Legion Go. The AMD drivers aren't compatible. And I go to the
Oh,
website, it says that it doesn't support the Legion Go that I have. So I'm like, okay, cool. I go on this little guy streaming on the streaming app and it plays flawless. And
wow.
this is like a little mini, this is like a Steam Light. That's what
Yeah,
its size and it's perfect. I was sitting there and I over the week I played another level in Doom Dark Age. It plays perfect. Um, I would not recommend something streaming for something precision based like a fighting game probably, but
yeah.
I don't play fighting games and I don't care. It's it's fine, and netcode works great now for the to play it for a normal game. It's good, it's satisfying. There's no lag. So, like, why do I need Xbox Rogue Ally? Is there a reason, Xander? Because I haven't watched the video. Do I need
I
one?
I haven't really seen anything noteworthy other than the design, which is looks. I mean, it probably comes with like some sort of. Looking at the site right now, it has a two
It looks like an
bundles.
Xbox.
Yeah, it looks like a black ROG Ally with like green aesthetics to it. But yeah, it looks like just a paint job. Like I'm not seeing anything crazy about it that you can't do with a normal ROG Ally or your cell phone because everything's an Xbox.
And it has the Rogue Ally thing. It has like little handles on it. Does it have little handles on it?
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, it's got the little
I
handles
do
and
not like the little handles. I don't like the look of it.
it's like
Maybe I'm
the
just being a hipster, but like, but
like dog ears.
I might handheld game. I'm holding three here in my vicinity: Steam Deck, Switch 2, Odin, And then I have also the Legion Go, and none of those have the little handle dingle dangle dongles. Like, say that five times fast, Xander.
Dingle
Um,
dangle
but
dongles.
like, that's one. No. But like, I looked it up on my own and bro, looked it up, and it's like, do I need it? Do I really need it? I don't. And the
No.
Rogue Ally doesn't have the little dongle thingies on it. Just this version. Um, I will have to see if my buddy Scott, who helps me with Hagen's Alley, he's Xbox Scott. He's the dude. He's been on Games for 81's channel a bunch of times
Mhm.
talking Xbox, and I'll have to see what his thoughts are on it when I
Yeah.
chat with him because he's the guy. If they can't get him, they're dead in the water because he literally has like a Master Chief for him and shit. He has every 360 game complete collections. Like if he's not interested in the ROG Ally X, um, yeah, dude, like I don't think so. That's not for
Yeah.
me. And I think my thing was is if I couldn't find a Switch 2, I may have been in the realm to talk about and buy that Mister that we were talking about a few episodes ago.
Oh yeah.
It's a few $100, but the fact that I just popped down more than a few $100 for this than the games, because that was a lot of money. I'm gonna wait
Yeah.
until the fall. I'll wait till the fall and find something. But there's other stuff, especially indie games, man. We got to talk that little
Oh.
Playdate handheld. And the Playdate is cool as shit. And it
Uh,
has unique indie
you
games. It's
know,
all
you know who we need to have if we do an episode on Playdate is James Gruesome from XS Gaming because he just texted me the other day. He started the season 2 on the Playdate and he said there was like some really good games on it. He's a
hmm
big fan of that little handheld.
Well, and that handheld is only indie
Hmm.
and they're not ported. So the only way you can play the games on that is to buy the handheld. And the handheld itself, it's Game Boy style, and you can use the crank for fun stuff. It's a gimmick. It's an
Hmm.
experience. And there's a
Yeah.
community around it. The community around it makes it interesting. It'd be cool to do an episode on it. I don't know if I'm gonna buy one or not. It does feel like though one of those consoles where if it goes out of stock or when it does, the price is gonna shoot up because of the community. Like
Yeah.
there's not it's so I should get one before it goes out, but I just bought a big thing. And I got a million little handhelds that I
Yeah.
buy them little by little, but I still have them all. So
It's a cool little thing. I the exclusivity of it intrigues me, but also kind of steers me away at the same time. You know, because knowing my like,
yeah.
I'll knowing my like, I'll get the play date, and then like 2 weeks later, we'll get like a news thing online being like the play date's no longer going to be accessible or something like that. Like there's going to be some sort of battery that just explodes. You know, that's the way my luck is with gaming. I mean, I got the PlayStation 1 for Christmas, and like the first PlayStation magazine I got and I open up is telling me about the PlayStation 2. That's the kind of gamer I am.
I
Oh
mean, I didn't
man.
get my first NES until Super Nintendo was about out, so I mean, I
Yeah.
feel you. And I didn't grow up like I grew up with hand-me-downs. It was cool. But no, it's very interesting. I'm not super excited to jump over and get another handheld, so I mean,
Yeah.
but the other thing in our notes before we jump into the new and noteworthies, I said we definitely need to talk about it. It's something that was I don't know if it was completed, but they had finished chapter 3 and 4 with the Switch 2 release, and it also is not an exclusive because it is on PC, is Deltarune.
Mm.
And how much Deltarune Undertale experience do you have, Xander? Did you play Undertale?
I have it downloaded, but I still haven't played it. So I have it downloaded though.
So like Undertale for me, I had played it back when my daughter was like 3, 4, and she's a teenager. I had played it at the house, and this is when I was working on my Super Nintendo book, like 10 years ago. And I was sitting there playing Undertale, got addicted. Like it's a classic role-playing game, playing through it. And it does stuff where it like messes with your exe file and shit and closes it. It does crazy stuff where things get meta. And it was an awesome experience. Loved it. Fast forward, got it on Switch, and I played straight because do you know there's different ways to play?
Yeah.
Like, yeah. So the big deal was is I played it with no internet like access, so I had no clue that I was killing everything and I screwed myself. And so the game remembers.
Mm.
Like you kill someone, it remembers the next playthrough. Hey, I doesn't matter. You killed someone. Like it knows. The game knows.
Yeah.
But fast forward, I played the Switch version. I went complete pacifist. Didn't do anything. Whole new save. I paused it though, as I do, and we moved. I came out here, and my daughter, obsessed with Undertale, we played through. We finished the game on a weekend. And we ended up doing it, didn't even think about it. And apparently it's extremely difficult to do true pacifist mode with one first playthrough.
Wow.
That means
Yeah.
we got the ultra end boss, everything. Because you can't kill anything, you have to go do certain things. And we had done all of those things accidentally because I didn't use a guide.
That's cool though.
But we did true because you can just like it's fun because you can do other ways to win battles, and so we did every little unique fun thing. Now Deltarune, it came out like free download for chapter one. I had
Mm.
played it and I thought it was cool, but I'm like, I want to wait till it's done because once I start playing it, I get obsessed. So I didn't want to like play it and then it stops and then it does
Yeah.
something new. And so when I didn't even jump back to chapter two, now that three and four are out, it's interesting. And it's like in the same world as Undertale with some of the same characters, like, but it's like reverse side almost. And there's a new
Yeah.
story, it's a whole thing. And so I thought it was pretty cool, but I had played it and then I think I just stopped with chapter one and but now might be the time. And I might play it on Steam to start a new file. Just in case it remembers things and I don't remember what I did.
Yeah.
Start a new file because I had it on Steam on Switch is where I had the first Deltarune.
Well, I
So
mean, this kind of piggybacks off of a previous episode when I was talking about that Buck Blastum. It was called episode one. You know,
yeah,
maybe it was hard for you to get into Deltarune with episode one because you're just like, man, what if episode one was freaking amazing
and
and
I wanted to play more.
you want to play more? Now it's up like what you said, like four episodes now or three episodes?
It says episode chapter three and chapter
Yeah,
four, and like you can do these virtual game cards on Switch too. It says right here, Deltarune chapter one and two is what I have in my virtual
yeah.
game card, and so. My daughter just when I mentioned, "Hey, do you want to get Deltarune?" She's like, "Well, there's going to be like 16 chapters." It's like she thinks that there's going to be 16 chapters.
Oh wow.
And so, like, but she's also looked online and seen all this stuff, so she might actually know something I don't. I
Yeah,
thought this was like, especially they made such a big deal on the direct. I thought Delta and this would be like the full game,
yeah,
but maybe just like Buck Blast them, maybe this just episodic, and this is the episode, like PC style.
yeah. And like for
Yeah.
those kind of games, like I don't hate those kind of games, but those kind of games I let them build up, you know, just so I can get
Well,
more of a full game experience.
and like when you um jump down the rabbit hole that we have, Xander, where we have infinite games at our disposal. All the
Yeah.
retros, all the modern, all the indie. Like, I would prefer to not piecemeal because I will forget. I
Oh
will
yeah.
come back. I mean, we talked about it on the Switch Mania playcast we did that I jumped back into Tears of the Kingdom. I didn't remember how to do anything. And I
Yeah.
played that game for hundreds of hours. And I was like, how the hell do I do the because we play so many things that you cross modulate how to control. So if
Yeah.
they don't get us in this first playthrough, like we're probably gonna move on. We're probably going to not jump
Keep
back.
trucking. Just keep
I'm
trucking.
I'm worried about Undertale or not Undertale. I'm worried about Elden Ring with the newest DLC, and that I haven't played it in a year since I played the
Mm.
the last DLC, and I probably forgot how to do stuff.
Sometimes that kind of deters me from going back to games sometimes. Like sometimes I'm like, I don't want to relearn everything or but sometimes you'll be surprised because sometimes you'll think that and you'll go and play the game. You're like, oh yeah, yeah, this is what I was doing. This is how you do it. Like I've played games like that before, but yeah, I want to go back and play Breath of the Wild because I remember we were talking about that. I want to go back and play, but I'm thinking in my head, I'm like, oh, I don't remember how to play it. So it's gonna be like a
Yeah.
brand new game at that point.
I wouldn't restart either, but at least with Breath of the Wild or Grand Theft Auto or Cyberpunk or some of those, you can just wander around for a while. And so
Yeah,
that's
that's
cool.
probably what I'll
Um,
do, honestly. I'll wander around and turn
Now
it off.
would be a good future episode. What games that we could go back to, and then you get past the glass ceiling that deterred you. That game right there did that to me. Like
Mm.
playing through the first time of Hollow Knight. I literally played it, got frustrated as shit, got lost. It's a huge area, huge world, dying all the time. I wasn't used to dying in a roguelike sense and all that at that point either. Fast forward a year later, maybe a year and a half, this is a Switch version. A year later, Christmas time, I powered it up, went past the threshold, it clicked, and I couldn't put it down until I beat it. And it was like a Christmas time. It was like a perfect storm. Like, what games are worthy? And this is for the listeners too. Let us know in the comments.
Yeah,
Shoot us some
that's a
message. Hit
great
us up in
topic.
Patreon. Like, what games like have brought you back in?
Mm. Yeah, that's a good topic.
Yeah. So, I mean, so that's a fun one. But yeah, Deltarune, like under so I would say play some Undertale first, but you don't need to play Elden Ring. I just backward modulated it twice. I am the scramble. Show me the scramble,
Oh yeah,
Xander. You
yeah.
got
I'll show you guys the egg.
scramble.
Woo!
That's my brain right now. Um, but no, that's the thing though with Undertale. You don't have to play it to enjoy Deltarune, so you could jump in.
Yeah,
I just don't know if I'm going to get it for like Switch 2 or if I'm going to play it on Steam Deck. It probably is going to be Steam Deck.
yeah, yeah. I can see that. Speaking of Steam Deck, speaking of indie
Oh,
games,
oh,
we're going to be going and talking about some of our new and noteworthy games. This game that you have in the show notes, I haven't had a chance to dive into it yet, but I'm really curious because I heard you talk about obviously in the show notes, and Disgruntled Gamer also mentioned it as well on our Facebook page.
ooh. That might be why we talked about it.
Yes, because I want to know more about this.
Which one is it?
Dragon is dead.
Dragon is Dead. Let's look it up. Yeah, I'm gonna look up stuff on the fly as well because so Dragon is Dead. What's the deal with this one?
Give me one moment. I'm gonna pull it up on my side too, because I was putting in the
Yeah. Because
timestamp.
to me, Dragon is Dead looks like a big gothy action game. That's what it looks like. It's
Yeah,
really cool.
yeah, it's got like that, 2D Castlevania like aesthetics, almost like blasphemous kind of look to it. I love these kind of games. You know, it's
Nice.
it just came out. I believe it's still actually in early access. It's around like 17.99. So you're paying, it's like almost like a $20 game. But
Okay.
it's got really good animation, and it looks like, your character, you actually change their equipment and look as well. I really dig the red scarf guy. He looks pretty cool.
Now, this is a Metroidvania, or is it like Vampire Survivors like?
It's a good question because it is recommended to me because I played Vampire Survivors.
Exactly, but it says it's an action indie RPG. So that's not the same. So that's an interesting thing. Team Sun Eat is the developer, but if you look at them on Steam, it goes to PM Studios, which PM Studios is a pretty cool publisher. I actually worked a little bit with them when I was publishing for the Switch, and they also are the publisher for Pipistrello that we talked about in a previous
Ooh,
episode. Yeah.
Yeah.
So PM Studios getting out there. They have some good games.
Yeah,
It's pretty
this
cool.
this game looks good. It's definitely on the wish list. Again, summer Steam sale right around the corner. This could go down, even though it's currently on sale right now. But
Yeah.
but yeah,
What's it on sale for right now?
17.99. It's normally 19.99, so about 10%
Okay.
off.
Yeah, I mean it's like a couple days it's been on new release too. Just it is just released, which is really cool. Yeah, the early access release date is like 2 days ago by the time this recorded. So that's crazy. But yeah, Dragon is Dead. It looks like my my aesthetic. It says hack and slash roguelike action platformer. So I mean, maybe it would be cool if we could play like together with some of these two.
Oh yeah, yeah, for sure. And this game right
All single
here,
player, baby.
this one right here is single player, but it does have a demo. Uh, this looked freaking awesome. The Corporation,
Yeah, the corruption, you mean?
Corruption, the Corporation, same thing.
The corporation. I like the corporation from WWF and
No chance. That's what you got. Oh my God. Yeah,
That's
this
hilarious.
game looks bananas though. It is like a high adrenaline first person shooter. It has that kind of cell shading look to it that seems to be pretty popular with a lot of these boomer shooters. I've noticed that a lot of them are kind of either they go like really full grown into like the Doom kind of Wolfenstein kind of look, or they go for this like really like almost plastic shiny look, and that's what this game has. So,
On usually I'm only gonna add one of these to the new and noteworthy if it sticks out and is interesting and unique. Because if it's not, like they just all blend together. And
yeah,
even the boomer shooters, there's so many now. This one just like it's just like the gun is like neon and it just looks like something that would be cool. And based on the video, it
yeah,
has like a little interesting atmospherics going on with how you control and shoot and stuff. So it feels cool. It reminds me of that one game, I think it was PS2 or PS3, where you're running around and everything's like white and there's these little red things where you can like platform and that aesthetic of a
oh
game. And
yeah,
there was a re-release to it later. Um, this is the only game that a cellular that is the developer of this game. This is the only game that they've released. So that is on Steam. I always have to say
mm,
that because you never know if they have a release of something else.
yeah.
But looks cool as hell.
This game looked cool as hell too.
Uh,
I'm still trying to wrap my head around of what this game exactly is. But the Kulebra and the Souls of Limbo,
Hula Brula. Hula Brula.
it kind of gave me like a Viva Pinata vibe to it. Because you play as this like 2D looking snake, and everything's very bright and shiny, like construction paper kind of graphic style. But it looks really, really interesting.
Yeah, like I am because my tablet that I usually use wasn't working. I have to like I have to like go back and forth between screens. It's very slow for me to and I literally typed in Kula Brula wrong.
Oh yeah.
$17 game.
Mm,
The graphics themselves, Paper Mario style is what I
yeah.
kind of got vibes of. But like super got these cool little like it's like almost not Paper Mario, Super Paper Mario on the Wii,
Yeah.
where you're like characters cut out Paper Mario, but he's moving along and there's like little actions to do. But then it like the graphics, they just look really cool. It's almost like a Mexican folklore or something.
Yeah. Yeah. It's
I think
really
it's cool.
unique. I think it's
Latin
a very unique.
American, Latin American flavors, what it says. I'm not sure which country it's based off of. Just as Latin American.
Yeah, it looks really cool. Like I just love how like the little snake he kind of has just one angle the whole time. But he does have like a really cool
Yeah.
like little wheel thing that he spins around that looks cool.
Yeah, and it just has like a fun aesthetic to it, like to the graphics and everything. It has personality, it has charm. Is definitely an interesting one. Another game, this might be the theme of this one of the new noteworthy. It's Gala is the or Gaia is the developer, is two L's,
Mhm.
so if it's Latin Americans, it's Gaia. But it's the only game that they've released. And all of these have been released within the last so far have been released within the last couple weeks of this episode. So pretty awesome finding all these new games, man. And even the next one is like a wild game.
Yeah,
Even
looking at this game because I was just talking about earlier. It's like I feel like going back to Breath of the Wild. I haven't played it in forever. Maybe I'll just play this game instead because it's only $5. It's only $5. It's a 3D hardcore platformer crafted by a solo developer. We're talking about Super Kalavinka. I think I said that
Super
right.
Kalavinka,
I said
and
that right. Yeah.
you did. And the thing is that it's developed by Hao Xiaohao.
Mm.
Um, and before Super Kalavinka, it has the native script written in there. I'm not sure if that is probably Chinese, I think is what it
Oh
looks
yeah.
like.
Yeah, it's Chinese.
Um, Yeah, so but the game it looks like a awesome 3D platformer.
Yeah, it looks like a lot of fun. And then like I said, it's like $5. And I wouldn't feel so bad relearning mechanics to a game I never played as opposed to Breath of the Wild. But it has that 3D platformer kind of look to it. Kind of like PS2 era, I would say.
Yeah, PS2 perhaps. It's pretty looking. It's the yeah, I get the PS2 because in the graphics like it's very plain on the
Hmm.
overworld. It's very colorful.
Yeah. There's not a lot of
Kind of like Wind
shadows.
Waker, maybe Wind Waker. Like
Mm.
GameCube era Wind Waker, because the character does kind of look like Link or like Zelda from Wind Waker with that cartoon.
Yeah, it really does. Like that bird, that
Yeah.
bird. Oh yeah.
The blah, blah, blah bird.
That
Um,
bird.
Now the question is that how does it control? Because that is
Mm.
where my thing is when you're dealing with 3D platformers, if it's not precise enough and you fall a lot, then I get frustrated. There was a game, it was talking about games that brought you back and unlock yourself like a Hollow Knight, a game called Blue Fire that
Mm.
I was testing for premium at one point. We ended up not signing it for physical. It did get a physical though. And it was cool, but I kept falling all the time. The platform, it was just a little not just precise or just a not precise enough for me. They did a update and fixed it. But the thing is, if this platforming is on point, then I will be down to play. So you have to let me know if you end up getting the game to play it, if you dig it or not, because that'll be the interesting thing. Because for a platformer, I mean, it has to be about the platforming, you know?
Yeah, yeah, it's gotta be on the pocket because yeah, I mean, if it doesn't play well, I mean, it's definitely not gonna be a good platformer for sure.
And another one that was only developed by the one developer is the that is the theme of the episode for the new and noteworthy. These are all newer games
And
that single developer, including the next game, Xander.
this one here is called POPUCOM. This this looks kind of interesting. It looks almost made me think of like Splatoon.
Yeah, and I mean, this game released in June of 25. Hypergriff is the developer. It says it is a color switching, match three shooting, and artifact powers to overcome challenges. Keep moving on. Like it looks cool. The graphics that you're seeing like look really, really awesome. It just looks fun, but it's like 3D running on a giant overworld. So imagine like Splatoon, but in a giant overworld, right?
Yeah, and it's got multiplayer. It looks like as well, so you can play with your
It
friends
it
online
is.
co-op. Heck yeah.
Multiplayer online co-op. This could be one that we could stream. We should probably take notes and be like, all right, POPUCOM, we can play online multiplayer together. Like, you know what I mean? So that
Yeah,
way ones that we can maybe stream. Because I would play this one. Like it looks you know what also it looks like is Fall Guys, if you've ever played Fall Guys.
that's a good point. It does have a Fall Guys kind of feel to it.
Yeah. The interesting thing is on the app on the Odin Pro to look at stuff, it doesn't have the read more. So once I see the about the game, it just stops and then you can't scroll it down any
Oh
further.
no.
Gotta love limitation, technical limitations, Xander. I'm limited. I'm just all thumbs today. All good. But yeah, so all the new and noteworthy ones, they're all a little bit different, a little bit different genres, a little bit fun. And this might be the most games that we have in the budget section, though.
Oh yeah, the budget is full. And I think a lot of people are going to be happy with the first game we're going to talk about called Happy Souls. It's an action
Dad
Metroidvania.
jokes. Dad jokes. Holy shit.
It's an
It's a
action.
Metroidvania?
Yeah, it's a Metroidvania with puzzle elements reminiscent of old Zelda games. So they're hitting all the notes with this introduction from Galactic Gekon publisher and developer.
Galactic Gekon.
Yeah,
Dang.
it looks like a really cool almost like a top down shooter to be honest. I mean, because you got the bow and arrow and shooting and all that stuff. It looks like they're actually controlling with the mouse, which is interesting.
Yeah, so this game, how much is it right now? Is it still on sale for the right price?
Oh yeah, say $1.99.
Normally a $40 game.
Forty
$40.
dollars. That's a little crazy. That's,
Uh-huh.
that's
And that's what I'm saying, but it is $1.99.
as it should be. I'm looking at no offense, but then looking at the game like that's a $40 game. Holy crap.
Yeah, it looks cool as shit, but I don't know about $40. For $1.99, this game looks cool as shit.
Oh yeah,
I feel like it would get old. Also, like, are they moving the character with the mouse?
that's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking it's with the mouse
Mm,
because it doesn't have compatibility on the Steam Deck is unknown, so it's probably I don't know.
that's interesting. Let's see if this developer has done anything else because it says it's puzzle elements reminiscent of Zelda games, but then it looks like a shoot 'em up in the pictures.
Yeah,
Um, they do have games. They have a lot of games actually,
a lot of mouse-based games.
and cat-based games, and done tons of stuff. Like they have a this developer has done a lot of stuff. So yeah, so it's worth checking out though. I don't think we have time to go down the rabbit holes of developer-based games today, but the Happy Souls game looks cool. $1.99 for a $40 game. I would definitely recommend getting it before it goes off of sale because once it goes off of sale, like man, dude, and so this next game that's in the list, it's interesting because I put it before the next one. So we were recommended a game in Patreon.
Mm.
Um, and it's called Space Moth, and there's a couple, and we'll go down the rabbit hole. But this first one that I put, Star Hunter. So you have Space Moth DX and Star Hunter DX. And so that's where it goes to like people using same names for stuff. And it's like, come on, man. Like it's there's just so many games that are all the same, man. Ah,
Yeah, because this it confused me honestly because I've played Space Moth, the Lunar edition. I played that. Uh
oh,
it's super colorful. It's a great shmup. Highly recommend. I had gotten it on Switch years ago. It's been out
mm-hmm.
for a while. But that's why I was kind
Star
of confused.
Hunter. Yeah, a Star Hunter is like a shoot 'em up and bullet hell,
Yeah.
and the it definitely has a physical from Strictly Limited with Space Moth.
Yeah.
So Star Hunter DX Space Moth Lunar Edition have a dual physical from Strictly Limited games. That's also why it's super confusing because a lot of indie developers use DX if it has a Game Boy Advanced like aesthetic quality,
Mm.
usually highly pixelated and got beautiful graphics and stuff like that. It feels like something that would be perfect on a handheld. But yeah, that's having names so similar. And what is so we got Star Hunter. It's a shoot 'em up. Looks cool as shit. Under what was it, $1 or something? It's like very cheap.
Well, it's actually not on sale anymore. It's now 9.99, but you can download a demo.
Well, here's the thing. Did you already buy the previous game?
I don't think so. No, I
Because
didn't. Oh, I see that. Yeah.
There's been the Steam iterative ones where once you buy one game, the next one is on sale for $1.
Ah, yeah, I'm seeing that they have some promotions, some bundles going on right now. Um,
Yeah.
so you get all three of these games for at this time 17 bucks, 25% off for all three of them. So
Oh, well, I mean, yeah, but at the time when we added these to the list, I think I got them all for under $5 for all three. And so that's where it's
nice.
important to be always looking because it was under $2. Every
Oh
game in
man.
here. And
Yeah.
I think all of these games were $1 or less. So because the games that were in the list was Space Moth, Star Hunter, Space Moth Lunar Edition, Space Moth DX, which was the one that was recommended. I think it was by Disgruntled Gamer, or it was
Hmm.
Akroloth. Might have been Akroloth. Um, then there was Sisters Royale, RPG Golf, and 2064 read-only memories, which I wasn't really interested in getting, but it was less than $1. Like some of these games were
Wow.
15 cents, $1. So I think if all six of those games, if you buy one that's like $1, I think they all like pop down.
That's cool.
Dude.
That's
Yeah.
awesome. I mean, they're all worth it too. I mean, these are really colorful, like shmups, like bullet hells. I like that Star
Um,
Hunter is like the horizontal, which is cool.
yeah, so Star Hunter, Space Moth, and Space Moth Lunar, Space Moth DX are shoot 'em ups. RPG Golf is RPG Golf. So
Yeah,
definitely not a shoot 'em up. Let's
yeah,
be
yeah, yeah,
clear.
yeah, yeah.
2064 read-only memories, I think, is a visual novel style adventure game. And then Sisters Royale, I can't remember if it's a fighting game or a beat 'em up. I don't know for Sisters Royale.
Yeah, it looks like it's a shmup actually.
Oh, that one's a shoot 'em up. Hmm. So
Yeah.
that one's a shoot 'em up. But the other ones, the RPG Golf and the Read Only, are definitely different genre. But yeah, they're all really fun to do, and it's why I added them all in one little block was because they once you bought one, the other ones went on sale. So it's just created this freaking
Indie
rabbit hole.
indie train reaction, man. That's cool.
Dude, it was fucking insane. And it's just like that's why like we really have like four major little pockets of games in this the new or the budget section. But yeah, they're all pretty cool. But you said you played a lot of Star DX or
I played the
little.
uh the the Space Moth Lunar edition because that was on the Switch. That was one of those games I was on the eShop. I was going through like this big like shmup phase where I was just playing so many shooters. I had gotten an arcade stick for my Switch and I was sitting there. I'm like, oh, Space Moth looked kind of cool. It's super colorful, like very, very bright and shimmering and pretty difficult, but
Yeah.
a lot of fun. A lot of fun.
It's been interesting over the years. I've moved away from shoot 'em ups more and more. Because like back, 20, 25 years ago, I played the Toho games. I played everything, all the
Oh
crazy bullet
yeah.
hells, all the things. I still think my favorite, and I'm still mad about it that iOS did this, but I had like some of the cave shooters on my phone and
Oh yes.
being able to carve with my finger through everything was like amazing. But I go back and I can't download them because they got rid of them. So like
Mhm.
I'm just like, you don't own the digital games kind of bullshit. So I'd be like, I gotta like hack it and I don't feel like
Mm.
it. So
Yeah, the cave shooters on mobile were a lot of fun. Like Bug Princess. Oh man, dude, I played that game so much. So good.
and that was the best way to play it. And, as I get older and I can't, I got arthritis and all this shit in hands because I am old people. It's not as fun, but I do like the 8-bit I have the 8-bit joystick.
I'm wondering if you would be able to, with the Switch 2 being a mouse. I'm wondering if you'll be able to start doing that with shooters. That'd be fun. That
Well,
would be fun.
I will say that holding the Switch 2 controller like this does not feel natural.
Yeah, it looks more like a
Um,
box cutter.
yeah, and I saw somebody had an attachment that had like a mouthpiece on it,
Oh, that would
which
be
might be more
good.
comfortable. Because if I'm playing this prolonged, this is in my hand. Like that's not
Yeah.
comfortable. There is an attachment. I didn't dig mine out of my Switch 2 box. I just literally pulled out the Switch 2 and the
Yeah.
plug. I didn't pull out the dock or anything else. So I do know there's a little attachment for it, which probably helps. But even when I was doing little mini games on it, um, it wasn't fun on the desk because it's literally just rubbing on the desk. It didn't feel great.
Yeah.
You can play that, but it says like in the thing you can do the mouse on your leg even, and it works fine because it's this little sensor right here. This little thing is a camera. The camera's the mouse.
Oh,
So
okay.
yeah, that's how that works. So it's cool, and you saw it just clicks right back into place immediately with the magnets. Um, yeah, so I think that'd be cool. Or, just give me the cave shooter and I can just play with touchscreen
Oh,
on
yeah, that's
any of
true.
this is also touchscreen Steam Deck. So um let me play in Tate mode and like just do the touchscreen. And maybe you can play cave shooters and we're crazy and the listeners will let us know, Xander.
They're like, guys, why don't you just do it this way? Like, oh, sorry.
Yeah, you already can use the touchscreen, you nerds, and be like, "Oh, thank you." And now we will play cave shooters. It will be the Cave Credible podcast.
Well, there is an Android emulator, so maybe you could go
Hmm.
down the rabbit hole. Android emulation. Maybe you can find some old APK file. Boom, there you go.
Sounds like a lot of work. Just want to buy it on Steam and play.
Yeah,
Let's,
that's the way to do it. Just buy it on Steam.
dude, this is fucking crazy. This last game in the list, and why I say it's fucking crazy is this developer has ER Media, and it might be a publisher, has a million games.
Wow.
There's not a million, but like so many, and they're all on sale. There's and they're like $1 or two. And so the game that we're talking about is called, what is it? Citadale? And what is the subtitle on it?
It's Citadale, the Awakened Spirit.
So Citadale the Awakened Spirit is $1.79. There's a second Citadale Resurrection that's $1.99. And then, but that one's normally $4, so I didn't add it to the list. Then there's Biomech that is $1, is 99 cents right now by the same developer. And then there's one game that's two something. There's another Citadel, The Accursed Seal, that's $8 on sale, 20% off. But then let's see the cheaper ones because there's a bunch of Citadels. Citadel Resurrection that is free, apparently, probably a demo. Um, there is Time Night Adventures that is 89 cents. The Trilogy Kingman, which I have not bought, and it is three classics from the past for $1. The
Hmm.
graphics don't look great though, so that might be why I didn't add it to the list. But then there's another thrilling triple threat that also looks like the same one that is $1. There's Citadel the Awakened Spirit that we talked about. There's 2-Bit Hero, a classic Metroidvania that is $1.19. There's a game called Pixel Pileup Party that is $1. There's a game called Arcade Attack Analogy is a 4-on-1 arcade style game that is $1,
That's
99
a
cents.
that's a mouthful.
There is Malevolence, a 90s retro style low poly first person horror adventure that is $1.49. They're like literally just going down. Gravity Spin. A lot of these are in my library already. Gravity Spin, a tough as nails, 8-bit retro Metroidvania. A Retroidvania is what it says. A literal spin on gravity. It is 90 cents. All these are under $1. or under two
My
bucks.
my
All
que
under $2.
my question is, and don't get me wrong, because I like short games. I wonder how long these games are. Just out of
I don't know,
curiosity. But I
man.
mean, but I
I
mean, like
don't
they're
know.
like some of them are being less than $1. Like, I mean, if it's 30-minute fun, that's good.
Well,
Okay.
here's the thing is that when a developer has this many games, if they're not all released at the same time, and they're not, like one of the games I just clicked on was 2019, the arcade one, that they just have a sale and they're probably just trying to make some extra, cash on the sale, trying to get sales for their game.
Yeah.
So let's talk about Citadale, the Awakened Spirit. It looks like it is released by Dear Villagers, which is the publisher. So ER Media is the developer. It's an action adventure indie game, is what it's called.
Very Castlevania.
Very. And this is the Awakened Spirit. This is episode 5. I wouldn't have known that
Okay.
until I go to the about this game. So that's a good way to do episodic content is that you just have a subtitle if it's its own game, or is it episodic and short, like you were wondering, because it's
Yeah.
only $1 or $2.
Yeah,
Um, yeah.
it's interesting because the graphic style almost makes me think of Circle of the Moon. It's got a Game Boy Advance kind of look to it.
Yeah. I mean, from what I'm reading, these are full games, like full Castlevania style games. Dude,
Nice.
there's a lot of content here. Rabbit holes, man. We ain't got time for this, Xander. What the hell? Jerks, man. Giving us too many cool things. I love it. I enjoy being in that type of a crazy rabbit hole where it's just like, all right, so this developer right here has 8 games now that we need to pick up, and it'll cost us $5.
And the crazy thing is like the games are like so like indie and underground. It kind of gives that kind of like ooh kind of feel to it. And I like it when we're going over to games on Steam because like to me this is like us looking into a video game magazine. Like if this was like an indie magazine, we would see a whole spread on this developer and be like, oh man, look at all these different games they made. Like what's going on? You know?
And now it's like we can buy them all. And it's like you
Yeah.
got infinite backlog forever. And it's just, damn it, Xander. We are on the rabbit hole. We just wanna play awesome games and we got a Torah to play, damn it.
Yep.
Like freaking crazies. Crazy stuff is what we got, man. And that's the one thing though, is that like so these developers like and you notice we didn't dig super deep into these because there's so many right now. And if
Yeah.
there's any that you want us to go more in depth with, let us know and we will 100% you know make it one of our randomized or our games of the episode for a future one because like we'll just like the ones we got recommended here, which was I think it was the Star Moth one that was the recommendation DX
Yeah.
in Patreon. Like we went down a damn rabbit hole. Yes, find more games, and now we got more experiences. Until we play them, though, we don't really want to go over them in depth because it's like, oh, in a future episode, if you play it like kind of like what you did with this episode, then we're gonna talk about it, like and see if it's actually cooler, or if it's like, that was okay, like the one that I played this episode.
Yeah, and that's always the fun because there's plenty of times, especially now with the on my end with the mini PC, that I'm going to be going back and checking out
Hmm.
some of these games because some of them, I look at them for B-roll for editing, but some of them I still keep sort of mystery to. So we both had that experience of like looking at the game because now with the internet, people know about the game before it even comes out. Like they know all about the first
Yeah,
chapter and game mechanics. That sense of mystery uh is what really makes me passionate.
that's
I
actually
really
what
enjoy it.
I and that's what I really enjoy about how we do the podcast too, is that we find out about things. We don't overly spoil. Even when I add games to the list, I kind of go, all right, this looks cool. Add it to the list. I don't go in depth until we record.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
and the live react kind of flow is what I enjoy more than if we scripted out the thing and had to do multiple takes and robot and like I wouldn't be interested
Well,
in doing a
well,
podcast like that.
and you think about it, if we knew everything about the games like factual, why would we make it a podcast? Why not just make it a one long form
A
content?
review. A
Yeah,
review.
just do it that way. But this is more
Yeah.
organic and I hope the listeners enjoy it as well. And they
Mhm.
always recommend some great games. And I think that's a good point for us to get some
Roulette.
shout outs. Oh, well, let's do the roulette before we do the shout outs. Let's do that real
All right,
quick.
so am I doing locally installed or am I gonna do like the games on here or should I go to a genre?
We'll do what we have on there. We'll do the genre
Okay.
this
And
time.
now if this is something we've already talked about or something else, then I will hit it again. But let's see. That one I've already covered. My Fuma Den, which I covered on Indie Gaming Gems. So I will do another hit.
That's all.
Volgar the Viking. I've already played Volgar the
Oh
Viking on the
yeah, yeah.
Dreamcast. And the sequel did come out too, which I have not really played the sequel, Volgar the Viking too, but it didn't
Uh,
pop up. All right, here it is. It is called Mahluk. 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 And
huh.
it says from the details here, Malak, dark demon. It looks like a little pixelated demon looking guy. It is cool as shit. Main story takes an hour and a half to beat.
Oh, nice.
A, a hack and slash platformer game that includes the pixel art style. The pixel art style.
The
It was released July 19th, 2016, developed by Sirkan Bakar. And that is all we will do before we actually play. What I like
hmm.
is so what I just did here for the listeners is, I went to the randomizer on my Steam Deck, but then on here, I have the different little add-ons you can do into Steam. And so what I have is a How Long to Beat app on here that's on my Steam Deck under the actual piece. The same thing that I used to put deck roulette on this. You can put the How Long to Beat. You can click view details and it goes to the How Long to Beat website and gives you the info on the
That's
game.
awesome. That's awesome.
So keeps things nice and clean, and then you can make how your Steam Deck looks to your own. So I have it like dialed in to be a really cool experience for me, and very Switch-like initially, but then it's even better to me than Switch or even Switch 2. It just has a great feel for all my thousands of damn indie titles that I have. So Mahluk will be my one that I am playing here. And if it's an hour and a half, maybe I'll sit down and beat the damn thing,
Well,
unless I have a story.
hopefully you have a whole lot of luck playing it. Oh yeah.
Ah, you got dad jokes for fucking days, man. What the hell, Xander? What the hell?
Well, let's give some good old shout outs to our exclusive producers.
Exclusive. He
I always
messes it
say
up and
I every time.
bring up the egg.
Oh
Bring up the
yeah.
egg.
The
Where's the egg
executive.
at, Scramble?
Oh yeah, right here. The Xander Scramble seal of
Yeah.
approval right here.
Yeah, they're
Uh
the executive producers, because that's what the name of them are. They wouldn't know what exclusive means on the Patreon. So,
oh
um,
yeah, which is free to join, by the way.
yeah, free to join. If you want to get a shout out, though, there's a tier at the executive producer tier that we'll do. But thanks to everybody who supports at patreon.com/Hagen's Alley. We've had a few more people join. Also at the digital tier, because I've started to add digital versions of a lot of my books, and I'm going to continually add them. Like one or two a month is what I've been adding, and I add pictures and cool. I do redo all of the little like about summaries of the books. But for the executive producers, outside of getting an exclusive exclusive producers, an exclusive slipcase for the book of their choosing, everybody will vote on it at the end, and I will do one. I mean, it'll be a majority rules. But outside of getting one of those, you also get a shout out at the end of every episode.
Oh yeah,
Let you do
including
the first one.
Akarov
And we got David Isherwood.
and Lunchbox, aka the disgruntled gamer from the Thunderdome Gaming Society.
And of course, Jesse Glenn.
Oh yeah, and again, we want to
They have
thank you.
all supported.
Yeah, we want to thank you guys for all the support and also the listeners and all the gaming recommendations as well. Because I feel like our episodes grow each by each because there's just so many games to play, so many games.
So many games, man, and it has been a wild time. And It has been fun. I am going to now, after we finish recording here, go ship out more books because the Super Nintendo books I've been shipping the last 2 days straight. I went to the post office today, truck full. Now I got to do another shipping of the Super Nintendo dust sleeves, which are still available because we did not sell out. There's only 100 that I made. I think we sold like 80. So there's a few available. I'm about to turn off shipping because by the time I might have shipping on by the time this airs because it'll be a couple weeks from now. But while I move, I can't ship books because they're in transit to move. So it might be closed for the summer, but I will have those books pop back up. I've had a few sell since I posted the link, but it needs to it's got to while I'm in transit. I can't. So it'll I'm about to load it up and then my house gets me. It's gonna be crazy, bro.
Indeed. As always, guys, we want to thank you for listening and support Indie.
That's right.